Executives are increasingly optimistic now the Reserve Bank has cut rates. But for how long can their companies hold on for our economy to improve?
It's still pretty tough going. I think we've still got really another probably 6-9 months where it's going to be pretty choppy.
Although in the last 3 months we've seen some improvement. New Zealand probably tougher than most of the other markets.
Businesses are struggling in this economy. As high interest rates took hold over the last couple of years, industries tied to consumer spending have taken the biggest hit. Retail, hospitality, transport, construction, and even some services.
We've got probably our highest bad debt in kind of 7 to 10 years.
It's all come off the back of COVID's historic low interest rate era, where analysts believe some leaders got too greedy with debt and were quickly caught out.
A bit harsh to say there's a bit of complacency and laziness, but clearly I think what caught them out was that zero interest rate and then the firing to 5.5%, and we've held it here.
But now the Reserve Bank has started dropping rates, with a 25 basis point cut last month and signalling there's more to come.
So our projections are that the OCR comes down to somewhere around 3%.
Calls are now growing louder for an even bigger rate cut this month, after the Federal Reserve opted for a 50 basis point cut in the United States. If our Reserve Bank follows the Fed with a 50 here, it would take our official cash rate down to 4.75%. That would be the lowest it's been in 18 months. It's a move many executives are eager for. At this year's Herald Mood of the Boardroom event, many executives were keen to see the pace of rate cuts quickened, given the pain their companies are enduring.
I will definitely see more, and it'll be helpful, but it's going to take time. I think it'll be really probably mid-next calendar year before the reality of the interest rate cuts really actually flows through.
How would you describe the state of the economy right now from the business that you're in?
Yeah, it's tough work. Doesn't matter which economy you're in. The freight volumes aren't as strong as what you would expect. Although in the last 3 months we've seen some improvement. New Zealand probably tougher than most of the other markets. But certainly you can feel some optimism from the customer base. You can feel optimism from our people. So is that transponding into more freight volume? We'll have to wait and see.
This time last year, you gave me the headline that we've lost our mojo. Have we got our mojo back, Mike?
I think our mojo's still wobbly, Madison. There's a glimmer of light, but I think as a country, we still really need to find that sense of ambition, both on the global stage, but also I think a sense of confidence locally.
You're starting to see what I would call hope, or that glimmer of hope. We've been kind of in a bit of a funk, for lack of another word, for the last couple of years. So people are starting to see that, and therefore thinking about the longer term from a business perspective. You've got to look through the short term. So thinking about what are we going to need to invest in. For consumers themselves, again, they are still traveling. You've got 96% of Kiwis actually outbound are traveling again compared to 2019. So yeah, there's optimism there that we haven't seen for a little while.
New Zealand definitely feels more depressed still at the moment. Hopefully some more light on the horizon.
I've heard the word hope a lot already this morning. What is giving business leaders that hope, and is it legit, Grant?
Oh, is it legit? Yeah, look, I think it is, because we're starting to see a few more signs. We had a vehicle sales show in Hamilton just last weekend. We did better than last year. First time we've done something better than last year for a little while. So I think people are just starting to turn. I think definitely interest rates are what's changing the attitude of people. We've certainly seen that with the Fed cut in the US in the last couple of weeks as well.
What are some of the hard decisions that you've had to make in your business in recent months?
Yeah, so all those natural things you expect in terms of the number of people that you're hiring, the capital expenditure is reduced, and we're definitely looking at those other cost-cutting measures across the board, and getting just far more assertive in the market on sales, getting more active. So yeah, it's those classic tough decisions in a difficult market.
2 crazy years that we've never seen volumes like that before, 22 and 23, and it came away quite quickly. So we had to adjust, and that has meant overflow warehouses, helping our customers adjust their freight volume. But amazing people, we held on to everybody, and everybody's sales focused.
You haven't let anyone go?
No.
You must be 1 in a million.
Yeah, but it's about our people. You have fantastic people, you've got a fantastic business.
What is your main focus at the moment as a business leader for the next 12 months?
Growth. Lots of growth.
A big part of our focus is obviously developing our own people, because developing our capabilities is a big way about how we help our clients. But then also, we're still big into our tech transformation sort of program and how we can really use that to drive efficiency through our business and through our customers' businesses.
The next 12 months really is about finishing that recovery. For Auckland Airport, we're at 91% of what we were in 2019. So continuing to rebuild, albeit there are some structural changes, rebuild and getting that momentum moving again. And how we do that, we've got a massive infrastructure program underway, as well as how do we give confidence to those people that are travelling through our airport.
But I think the big challenge probably is going to be outside New Zealand. What's happening geopolitically, what's happening in the Middle East at the moment is very concerning. That's going to play into energy prices and commodity markets around the world. And that, of course, is a critical component of any economic prosperity.
Volatility, you think, is going to be one of the big things going forward then?
Yeah, absolutely. Globally, we're in an energy transition anyway. The hallmark of an energy transition or a transition of any type is volatility. Some of the old, some of the new. You don't get it all exactly transitioning the way that you want it. And I think the world is in transition at the moment. It feels to me like the world is in a leadership transition moment as well, where you've got a number of older leaders that are in the end of their tenure and a number of newer leaders that are coming into the start of their tenure. So you've got this global leadership sort of tension occurring, geopolitics occurring, that's playing into many of the inputs in the New Zealand economy.
What's your advice to business leaders and business owners for the next 12 months?
Look, my advice is you've got to look through the current clouds. You've got to have that long-term view, and I do think you need to have that aspect of ambition. That as a country, I think we've become paralysed by risk, and I think some of the boardrooms have been paralysed by risk a little bit as well. And I think we need to actually balance that risk with opportunity, because actually good risk management is mostly about how do you actually manage opportunity.
What a great problem to solve. Great problem to solve. Logistics for New Zealand, growth for New Zealand, economic growth. We've all got to get together and solve the problem.
You spend too much time with politicians. You're starting to sound like
it's a real problem. I spend lots of time with customers. It's a real problem. The numbers keep changing. They keep on talking about the ships. It's not about the ships. It's bring everyone together to bring the ships, the ports, the customers together. This is a customer logistics problem. It's nothing to do with the ships.
Have you got your suit to wear to my wedding yet?
Oh, yes, I have.
Have you?
No, I've got lots of suits to wear to your wedding.
Yeah, are you going to get a special one and a bow tie?
Oh, I'll wear a bow tie.
Good.
What do you think, Dad?
Thanks for watching Markets with Madison. If you enjoyed this interview, please hit the like and subscribe buttons below. I do all of the research for these episodes myself, so your support means a lot. I always love to hear your feedback and ideas, so please drop any thoughts in the comments below. Now go put your money to work.